Hey y'all, what's up? Okay, so your girl just became an affiliate for Kiara Lachey, teamlachey.com. Check down below in the description box where you can get waist trainers, booty bands, this cute little lavender yoga fit that I had got. Okay, it was real cute. I've been working out in it, y'all. I'm getting my life to Kiara Lachey, but I'm also getting my life to this ISO T. Y'all could play around if y'all want to, but it has definitely helped me see results in my workout. Definitely dropped some water weight. Definitely been cleaning out my colon and such. Okay, get your colon clean. All right, y'all. Links to everything down below. Team Lachey, TLCT. Get that ISO T in your life, okay? Oh, and also, don't forget about Omiage. Get you some.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue and I am back for another family or fiance review, y'all. They did I guess a sneak peek, but it was a full episode, and the episode that comes on Saturday is not the same episode as this episode, so I don't know why they were calling it a sneak peek. However, it was a very interesting couple, so let's discuss IMANI and COLBY. Okay, IMANI and COLBY are both 25 and 32 respectfully. Okay, he's 32 and they've been together for 10 months. They have also become atheists during the course of their relationship. When they got together, COLBY was already, researching African American studies, which led him to reading the Bible. COLBY grew up as a preacher's kid. Okay, his grandfather was a preacher, his daddy was a preacher, and he was supposed to be a preacher. But when he started to read the Bible word for word, he did not like the things that he was reading, okay? The things specifically that they say about slavery and Exodus turned him completely off, and he just could not unlearn what he had learned. Now, he and IMANI were learning this information at the same time, sharing it with one another. So they came to the same conclusions at the same time. Both of their families are Christians, okay? COLBY's family is Christian and they don't like the fact that they're atheists. IMANI's family is Christian and they don't like the fact that they're atheists. So this is going to be quite interesting. So first of all, IMANI has a sister. First of all, I think this is one of those sisters that is used to being, the pretty sister that everybody likes, and she's used to her sister being in this subordinate role in her life. And I think that anything that would, turn that on its head made her uncomfortable. They try to make it about the whole religion thing, but in all honesty, that's just foolishness to me. And I'm gonna break down why, okay? It's just foolishness to me that you would feel like you have nothing in common with your sister anymore because she chooses to no longer be Christian. What y'all have in common is more than religion. Y'all are black women and y'all share the same DNA. I.e. shit in common. I was just like, girl, you tripping. You just don't like the fact that somebody besides you is controlling your sister. I mean, I don't even really think COLBY is controlling her. I think that when men are strong and assertive, women can either deal with it or not. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're always right in their assertion, but I feel like you can either fool with it or not. Your sister chose to continue to fool with it, so let that be that. Why continue to create all this animosity towards somebody that you've never even met? That's the thing. Her sister Ariel has never even met him. Her mom only met him once, so her side of the family doesn't even really know him. All they know about him is that she's now atheist because of their relationship. Now let me tell y'all, I personally feel like, people who are atheists have a lack of connection to emotions, a lack of connect to spirit. And I feel like, that does you a disservice. And as a black person, like his cousin and other people were saying, he needs to continue to research. Maybe it isn't Christianity, but it shouldn't be nothing. Nobody should, believe in nothing. I just feel like, it just says a lot about a person when they feel like they're the only person in control of their destiny. That is not true. I don't feel that that's true. I just don't, because I've seen so many times where people are working towards something and something opposite happens, or they really want something, they work hard at it, and sometimes it still doesn't happen, or they drop dead, whatever. whatever. But the point still remains that there are a whole lot of things that are out of our control that affect our lives all the time. So this belief that there is nothing greater than yourself, I think is, you know, I just don't agree with it. You know, I don't look down on anybody. I definitely don't look down on Colby and IMANI. I understand them. I really understand them. And I honestly took their defense because I feel like nobody should be dictating to anybody what their religious beliefs should be. I don't care if we're family or not. I have a cousin who's Muslim. We didn't grow up like that. He grew up in a family full of strong black women, and now you're a Muslim and the women that you be with have to cover up their faces and their hair. Like, not necessarily something that I'm, you know, I would do, but that's my cousin. I love him, and if that's what he chooses to do, that's his belief system, then I respect it. It's his choice, it's his life. You know what I'm saying? I would never, you know, I don't know, you know, I can't be around you if this what you gonna do, and you know, just looking down on somebody for that choice. I was surprised because of the way we were raised. Like, you know, that's, you know, kind of, you know, that takes a lot of discipline, and he was never a disciplined person. So the fact that he did that, I was just like, oh. You know, we were wondering if it was because of the polygamy thing. We were wondering, but you know, we didn't want to press. We love you anyway. So I do understand, but I just feel like it's more so of the fact that a strong man has come into the picture. And I noticed that, like, women, sometimes strong women do not like to see family members or friends with strong men, strong black men. They just, I don't know, okay? I feel like people treated my daddy like that, you know, but they damn sure would ask him for help with shit. But it takes a certain type of person to be responsible and assertive and honest. It takes a certain type of person to be that way in the first place in order to make a woman want to follow them. You know, he's a leader. And I personally feel like even though he may not be as connected emotionally as I feel like he should be, that girl will be all the better for their relationship. I'm just saying, like, somebody that forces you to think, somebody that wants you to be better and puts you in a position to do better and helps you and is a partner to you and can lead you and know what they're talking about when they're leading you. I just kind of feel like that's something that a lot of black women rebel against when they see it happening to friends or family members. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what Ariel is doing to IMANI. So how IMANI really kind of let go of it, they were talking about how they were eating one time and she was like, you know, you don't want to bless the food. And he was like, so do you think that God is going to bless your food while some child across the world is starving? After he asked her that, she never asked him to bless the food again. And the only reason why I bring that up is because I want to break down that logic. First of all, blessing food is not about God making sure your food is perfect and it won't kill you. That's not what that's about. Originally, when people bless food, they're blessing, you know, meat. An animal had to die in order for me to eat. So when I bless the food, I am thanking the animal for its sacrifice for my nourishment. That's what praying over food is supposed to be about. Because, you know, because people buy things from the grocery store, there's a disconnect to the fact that a life had to die in order for you to consume this food so that you can have nourishment in your body. So blessing the food is more about giving thanks to the animal and giving thanks to the person who prepared the food, giving thanks for the ability to have the food, because throughout history, before recent times, there have been periods where people have not had food. Okay? So when animals die and harvest is plentiful, you thank the earth, you thank the animals for you being able to sit down at a plate full of food when you otherwise could not have. That's what blessing food is about. So I feel like he had a misunderstanding there. But you know, believe whatever you want to believe. So Colby's sister and cousins are coming on the show. His sister, Denisha, I love Denisha. Can I say that? Denish. I love Denisha, okay? Her energy. Denisha seemed like somebody that I would kick it with. Like, I don't know why, but I liked her energy, okay? You know, of course, I don't like this whole idea that, you know, my brother and sister, impossible sister-in-law, are gonna burn in hell you know, but I'm gonna pray for them, you know. But at the same time, I respected the way she went about this experience, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to Denisha, y'all. I can't get my words together. Another conversation was about how when Ariel and Imani have conversations, they don't talk about Imani, they talk about Ariel, which is why Ariel did not know that Imani had become an atheist. She had to find out through their mom, because when she got engaged, the mom was like, are y'all gonna get married in the church? And she was like, no, we're atheists, we're not getting married in the church. The mom tells the sister now is like, wait, what's going on? But if when I talk to you, you're making it all about you, and I don't share anything that's going on with me because you don't ask, then yeah, you didn't know. But it's been going on for a while now. So Colby's feeling is that how can Ariel come at him about the relationship that he has with Imani when she needs to be worrying about her relationship with Imani? So when Ariel and Imani's family get there, she like goes to shake his hand after she done hugged everybody else. And she's like, I'm just joking with you. You weren't joking. You know what I'm saying? Like her energy was, I'm smiling, but I'm a bitch. Ariel thinks that Colby is controlling Imani. And Ariel says that if Colby wanted to convince Imani that she was white and not black, then she would believe it. I said, girl, you done lost your damn mind. Okay? Let me tell you something. There are a lot of people awakening to the hypocrisy in Christianity. There are a lot of people awakening to, you know, the fact that they don't agree with some of the things that are in there. But I think that a large amount of Christians have not read that book. They've not read one of the books in that book. Okay? I mean, I was talking about this the other day, like asking why, at least I haven't seen it on a large scale. I've only seen people sell Bibles. I've never seen them sell separate books from the Bible and expound on those stories. And I feel like it's because it's been translated over and over again. And I feel like there are things that may not be necessarily accurate, so therefore unexplainable as far as timeline is concerned. Like there's just a lot of things in there that just doesn't make a whole bunch of sense in modern day. And just doesn't make sense, period. Like wearing two different types of cloth, not cutting your hair. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a whole bunch of stuff that I feel like if people read it and knew how many rules there were, they would realize how many rules they were breaking. And in the Bible, it never said that any sin was greater than the other. So it's baffling to me how people cast judgments, you know, as if they haven't been having sex since they was 13 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like people didn't have premarital sex, children out of wedlock, curse somebody out the other day, missed church a few times. You know, you've done things in your life that are sins, and yet you choose to use Christianity as a way to judge other people. It doesn't make sense, okay? So I just feel like when you're reading it, when you have a firm understanding of it as far as, you know, theology is concerned, you may have some issues with it. Now, if you're somebody that's going to ignore all of those things and just go on your faith, that's fine too. But you can't tell somebody that has an understanding of something that they understood it wrong. No, it pretty much says that slavery was cool in the Bible. It definitely says that. Now, Moses did free the slaves, but at the same time, there are rules in the Bible about how it is okay to have a slave as long as you don't beat them too hard. Like, look it up. Google Bible verses about slavery. The family altogether doesn't think that Imani and Colby have the foundation for a real relationship. They feel like it's only been 10 months and anything crumbles without the Lord. I said, yeah, except for the world. Except for the world, except for the government. You know, you can say that that's about God, but that's not about God. That's about power. I think a lot of people in government recognize the power of religion and its effect on people. And if you say that you're a certain thing, those people are going to, you know, hold you close. Those people are going to believe the things you say because you seem to have the same values, or you say you have the same values that they have. I think that there are a lot of things that don't have any God in them and they have not crumbled. But you know, believe what you will. Denisha thinks that this is a phase. And she doesn't like how Imani's family is treating Colby because Colby's family didn't treat Imani any type of way. They accepted her with open arms. And so Denisha wants the same thing for her brother, which is understandable. Colby talks to Imani's family, and Ariel is losing her shit and doing the absolute most when she finds out that Colby and Imani met on a dating app. And then she brings up how Imani, or one of the cousins, somebody told her that on the first date or the second date or whatever, Colby said that Imani's teeth were messed up and, you know, she needed to get braces. But the way she said it as if this man, you know, was trying to hurt Imani's feelings. But really, he just asked her on their second date, would you be okay with getting braces? Imani, who had been thinking about getting braces prior but just hadn't done it, was like, yeah, I'll get the braces. 2 weeks later, she got the braces. I'm looking at Imani. Imani is a beautiful girl. But let's be very clear. Teeth are not one of those things that is up for interpretation. Okay? It's not one of those beauty is in the eye of the beholder types of things. You either have nice teeth or you don't. And she didn't have nice teeth. I can tell by the way she holds her mouth that her teeth weren't right. And that's just because obviously, you know, either your people didn't have dental insurance or they didn't have the money. But you should have got braces years ago. She's way too pretty for her teeth to look like that. And I agree that that was something that's a deal breaker for people. If you got jacked up teeth, that's unattractive. Now, somebody that's willing to fuck with you while you fix them, I feel like that's valuable. Now, it does make you feel like Colby's love is conditional. Thank you, my people that be on my Instagram live, because I couldn't think of that word last night when we was watching it, or the night before last, whenever it was. But I just really feel like he made it seem as if his love was conditional for her. And what happens when, as Tracy said, what happens when she doesn't want to bend? What happens when she stands strong in how she feels and it conflicts with how you feel? Then what? And see, that's when the family's worries come into play in a real way. Not about the religion, but more so about how are y'all going to deal with conflict if, you know, if you decide one day, Imani, that you're not going to bend. Because Colby has already decided in a number of ways that he isn't going to bend. So, because Ariel did not want to get off this whole teeth comment that he made, he says, well, what about your relationship with Imani? It doesn't seem, you know, as if it's a two-sided relationship. It often seems one-sided. And he didn't like that she said that. Like, you don't know nothing about me and my sister's relationship. I'm like, yeah, you do. But okay. So Imani goes shopping with Colby's family, and they ask how the atheist thing came about. And she explained how they were doing research and read the Bible and all of that. Okay, she explains why they feel the way they feel, pulling out specific Bible verses to go along with why they feel the way they feel. I cannot condone a God that would say it is okay to enslave people. Okay, she made good points to the point that there was really nothing that they could say. Whenever they give them the reasons why, there is nothing that they can say. They just tell them they need to dig deeper. And what I think they mean is, you know, if you had picked up like an African spirituality or another spirituality, that would make sense to us. But to just disregard it all in all, you know, and plus when you pair that with his personality, yeah, you know, he needs to believe in something. At dinner, Ariel takes forefront once again with this conversation about the braces. And how Imani would look 2 points better if she had her teeth fixed. And I'm like, well, it might have been harsh. And the mama was like, oh, so she on a point system? No, she's not on a point system. But bad teeth are bad teeth. Like, I'm sorry, y'all. I totally understand. I have seen attractive people, and if you smile at me and your teeth fucked up, I am instantly no longer interested. Denisha says that they're wasting their breath talking about... you know, this whole situation with the atheism, because of course that conversation comes up again. And she's like, it's a waste of time to talk about that. All we can do is pray about it. They're gonna come to whatever conclusion they're gonna come to in their own time. So let's just pray on it and let it go instead of wasting our breath trying to convince them. They're not going to be convinced overnight. And I was like, Denisha is a good one. I fucks with her. She makes sense. So Tracy talks to Colby and Imani about the braces comment, and he shares that he would not have continued their relationship if she didn't get her teeth fixed. Imani isn't bothered by that because she was like, I mean, it was 2 days into the relationship. If he had decided not to fuck with me because of that, I wouldn't have cared, okay? But they're putting that in the frame of now. Like, this is where y'all relationship is now. Y'all in a good place. Y'all are suited for one another, and he would have been willing to give that up over some fucking teeth. Like, we need to recognize how that is an issue. Ariel and Imani go to the beach so that they can have some sister on sister time. And Ariel explains once again how the braces comment was so offensive to her, even if it wasn't offensive to Imani. Imani says, well, that's one thing, but I wish you would just respect my wishes. Once I made my decision on something, just let it go. But let's talk about how I feel like when we're on the phone, when we're talking, everything is about you. It's not about me. You don't ask about me. And it just kind of is always that way with us. When she expresses that to her sister says, okay, well, I can meet you halfway with that. And I honestly felt like there was some understanding about Colby and about the true nature of Imani and Ariel's relationship in this conversation. So why at dinner did Ariel choose to then bring the conversation back to the fucking teeth again? I was just like, oh my God, she's like a dog with a bone. She's not about to let this go. The mom, however, expressed that she doesn't feel like Colby is exactly a always negative influence on Imani, but he does have an influence over her. And I'm like, I feel like anybody in a relationship has influence over the other person. And I don't know about y'all, but me and my husband talk about history and religion and shit all the time. And I imagine that I have changed his mind on some things. He is still Christian, okay? But, and then I still, you know, when Catholic Church is back in at St. Peter Clay, but I might go back. I don't know, it might be open again, but I'm not going right now. I'm not sitting on the pew next to nobody right now, okay? All right, I'm not going to the show, okay? I'm barely going to restaurants, okay? So, but, you know, I'm just saying that I still see the value in it. I see the value in the tradition and the practice of it. So I can practice it without issue. But I also feel a certain way about certain things. You know what I'm saying? And I still believe in a higher power regardless. But we've had conversations about things. And I'm sure over the past decade, I have changed his mindset about a few things. Okay? And it happens. And he's changed my mindset about things. Like I'm, you know, way less anxious. But you know, that's the way relationships are. When you have a person that's a strong personality in that relationship, it doesn't mean that they mean the person any harm. It just means they are very assertive and understanding of what their wants and needs are. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Ariel brings up how in therapy, Colby said he wouldn't have continued the relationship if Imani hadn't decided to get braces, because I guess the rest of the family didn't know about this at the time. Boy, Colby's eyes were bugging out of his head as he was trying to understand, how is that offensive? How is that offensive? I wouldn't have. Like, I don't understand how it's offensive either, in all honesty, because I'm an honest person. And he had to explain to Ariel, if you weren't interested in a man and you walked away from him, it would have seemed rude, it would have hurt his feelings. But if you weren't interested, then you would just walk away. I don't understand why on the second date, if I find something that's a turn off about your sister, I can't be like, if she hadn't done what I asked her to do, I wouldn't be fucking with her. Like, I don't understand why he can't say that. I understand the implications of it, but I feel like they were like focusing solely on that issue as if he didn't bring any other good things to the table. Like, your sister's gonna look better after this relationship, if anything, okay? And like Denisha said, they are in love. That's a genuine love that they have for one another. And I like the way she interjected, because she was like, I need the conversation to be about the true love that these two people have for one another and not Imani's damn teeth, okay? So she says to Ariel, you're not married, so you may not understand. He's not controlling her, okay? He asked her to do something. She said she would do it. That's it, and that's where y'all need to leave it at. And I was like, I was feeling it, bro. I was feeling when she said it. So after, Imani asked Colby to try and talk to Ariel one more time, okay? So he does this. He goes and he tries to talk to her, and she was like, well, I have the same energy from last night, okay? I'm feeling the same way. Nothing has changed about my energy. He says, well, look, even in the Bible, if we're trying to be godlike, y'all are Christians, right? You're trying to be godlike, right? Okay, well, it says that every morning you shall receive new grace. So that's all I'm asking for, is for us to come to the table the next morning and try to, you know, have a moment of reprieve, or, you know, try to understand each other. I felt like he was coming at her the right way personally. She didn't like the fact that somebody who she thinks doesn't understand the Bible quoted a Bible verse to her in order to control her. And I was just like, I just think that you don't understand the Bible, and you don't like the fact that he was using it in order to make a point to you. Like, if you are a Christian, and you should believe that. That's the point he was trying to make. that you should believe we can come to the table and have a conversation and try, you know, to come out on the other side of this in a better light. But oh no. Oh no, Ariel does not like the fact that he used the Bible verse in order to make her understand what he was trying to say. He doesn't understand her. He was like, if it's something you believe in and you can't meet me halfway, then I don't understand. Like, I don't know what to do with you. I'm done talking. You can go ahead. So they go back to therapy with Tracy, and Imani wants to make extra effort because she didn't realize how hard it would be to get their family on their side. And he's gone as far as he can go. And Tracy makes them understand that this might be the first real issue they have in their relationship, is that he is gone as far as he can go. And he needs to connect to her sister's emotions. He needs to connect to emotions, period. And that's what I was talking about not being connected to spirit. You don't see people as spirits because you don't, you know, look at spirituality in that way. You don't believe there's a God, so you don't believe that there's spirit. You just think a human is a human and that's it. But to me, spirit is what animates us, what draws us together, and what connects us to the earth and to, you know, the ancestors, the universe, whatever you want to call it. To God, it is what connects us all, okay? Because without it, we are nothing. We are lifeless bodies on the floor, okay? Without spirit, okay? And spirit is also emotion. And I feel like when people don't connect to that, they have a hard time having really deep, profound relationships. And he cannot have the relationship with Imani as deep and as profound as he would like it if he doesn't care about how her family feels about him. And that's just the point. You have to care about how her family feels. Only to an extent though, because I feel like he gave Ariel the old college try and there's really nothing he can do about that. She just don't want to like him and that's it. They've explained things over and over and over again, and she just keep running it back over and over and over again. Even though I understand what Tracy is saying about his disconnect to emotion, I still feel like I don't know if there's anything he can do about this situation with Ariel. So they have the blessing, and at the blessing, everyone gives their blessing to the relationship with the exception of Imani's mom and Imani's sister. Imani's mom can't get past the atheist thing, and Imani's sister just doesn't feel like at this time it will behoove her to give her blessing. I said, bitch, whatever. Okay? You a hater, and I understand your mother's point of view. How can I give my daughter away to a man who has taken her away from God? I understand the mom's point of view. And I honestly respect it. But that's why people's blessings on your relationship shouldn't really matter. If you really love somebody, you need to be willing to marry them anyway. You know what I'm saying? Regardless to whether their family is going to be there for it or not. But yeah, it was a good episode, y'all. Do y'all like this? Do y'all want me to keep reviewing this? Yes, I will be reviewing Love and Marriage Huntsville. That comes back July 11th. And honestly, if P-Valley is good enough, I'm going to pick that one up too. P-Valley is on Stars. It starts this Sunday at 9 p.m. Y'all check it out. Let me know if y'all would be interested in that because it looks good. But anyway, I love y'all and I'll see y'all in the next one.